Have you ever, just wanted to start your own radio station? To broadcast your own music, your own voice, right from your desk? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can turn a totally standard personal computer into a really powerful personal FM radio transmitter. Okay, let's dive right in.
So first, let's kind of set the stage. The whole idea of personal broadcasting, it's got this rebellious, super exciting history. It's really all about taking the airwaves into your own hands. You know, the allure of pirate radio has always been really strong, but for years, it was a super risky game. I mean, you can see it in this classic magazine clipping. You've got the pirate ship, the radio tower, and yep, the police badge. Pirate stations often had really short lifespans, and they usually ended with a visit from the FCC, who would just confiscate all your gear. It was a whole world of big antennas, complicated equipment, and honestly, constant risk.
But of course, technology changes everything. That old way of doing things with closets just full of gear, that was about to be replaced by something way smaller, much more powerful, and really accessible to anyone with a home computer.
And that brings us to the hero of our story today, the actual piece of hardware that puts the power of a radio station right inside your PC.
So, this is it, the PCIMAX3000 Plus. It's a high-performance, all-in-one FM stereo transmitter that just plugs into a standard PCI slot in your computer. I mean, it's designed to be a complete solution, perfect for broadcasting your music all through your house, your yard, or even serving as the heart of a small community radio station.
Now, what's really interesting about this is just how much of a huge leap forward the 3000 Plus was. The manual actually says there has never been a more major update to the PCIMAX line before. It added a dedicated microphone input, a brand new, much cleaner audio system called QSonic, and, crucially, an onboard sound card for direct digital audio streaming. And what that meant was less noise and way higher quality broadcasts. It was basically bringing professional-level features down to the hobbyist level.
Okay, so you've got the card. How do you actually get it from the box to broadcasting on the airwaves? Let's walk through the essential hardware setup. It's easier than you think.
All right, we're going to do a quick tour of the board here, focusing on the 3 connections you absolutely need to know. First up, right there, position A, is the power input. This thing uses a standard 4-pin Molex power connector. You know, the same kind that used to power old hard drives and CD-ROMs. You'll definitely have a few of these free inside any standard PC tower.
Next, you need to get your audio into the card, and you've got options. You can use a standard 3.5mm audio jack at position E, plug a microphone directly in at F, or, and this is for sure the high-quality option, use the USB port at I for direct digital audio streaming. The manual even notes how amazingly clear the audio is when you just bypass all the analog stuff and go straight digital. And finally, we have the most critical connection of them all, the signal output at position K. This is where your radio signal actually comes out and where you connect your antenna. And here's a huge warning straight from the manual. Never, and I mean ever, operate the transmitter without a properly tuned antenna connected. If you do, you could send all that power right back into the card and just destroy it. So, that brings us to this concept of SWR, or standing wave ratio. Now, it sounds complicated, but the garden hose analogy makes it super simple. A good antenna match gives you a low SWR, which just means power flows out nice and smoothly. A bad match, though, creates a high SWR. It's just like a kink in the hose, forcing power to reflect back toward the transmitter. For safe operation, the manual says you should really aim for an SWR of 2 to 1 or less. So here's the crucial point. The physical installation is incredibly simple. It's really just 4 steps. Seat the card in a free PCI slot, connect that power cable, plug in the USB cable for all your control and digital audio, and finally, securely connect your antenna. And that's it for the hardware. You're done.
Okay, with the hardware all locked in, let's move to the fun part, the software. This simple little Windows program is basically your mission control. It puts you in the director's chair of your very own radio station.
So this is the main control panel. It's super straightforward and gives you precise control over all the most important settings. You can dial in your exact broadcast frequency right down to the decimal, and you can adjust your output power with just a simple slider, from completely off all the way up to 3 watts. And this right here is one of the coolest features. Using the PS or Program Service Cab, you can set the 8-character station name that appears on any modern RDS-enabled radio. You can even set up a dynamic, rotating display of different messages. And with the right plugins, it can automatically show the name of the song that's currently playing. How cool is that?
The manual also includes this fantastic and honestly pretty responsible piece of advice. While you can have the text change dynamically, it warns you not to make it change too quickly because it could distract drivers who are looking at their car radios. It's a nice little touch, right?
So we've covered the history, the hardware, and the software. Now let's just zoom out for a second and talk about what's really possible once you have this kind of tool in your hands.
I mean, the possibilities are genuinely endless. You could create a super local neighborhood radio station, become a homebrew DJ broadcasting your mixes to friends, or just simply transmit audio throughout your entire house and yard. This kind of technology is also perfect for powering things like a pop-up drive-in movie theater, providing audio for a church service, or even launching some kind of creative audio art project.
The tools to get on the airwaves are more accessible than ever before, literally fitting right inside the computer you already own. So the final question really isn't about the technology anymore. It's all about creativity. Now you know how it works. So, what would you broadcast?